Welcome to AllG, sometimes AllG'sReact. I'm Josh.
Sir Cash.
And today we're doing a little video on physical cheating or emotional cheating and which one is worse. I'm going to let you go first.
This brings me back to I have this guy who I work with. He's Nigerian. And he brought up a good point. He was like, "Hey, when your spouse cheats on you with one person, you should keep that to yourself. And the reason why you should keep that to yourself is because you're telling me, if the spouse comes to you and tries to tell you, hey, I cheated on you, the reason you're doing that is you're trying to share your emotional burden on me. You're trying to put that on me. No. What you did was wrong. You carry that for yourself. You carry that guilt, that shame, that hurt. You carry that yourself. Why are you telling me what you did? You know what I'm saying? Because if you're forgiving yourself, you'll just be like, hey, it was a one-time thing. I'm moving forward. But it's like, I got to get this off of my chest. Well, what are you doing, really? Are you getting it off your chest, or you just want me to share it in this emotional burden?
That's why I like having people from other places.
Yeah.
There's different perspectives that you would never really think.
Yeah, he was like, keep that to yourself. If I mess around, he's like, if I mess around, if I have a wife, I'm not going to tell her that. Why would I want to bring her down? I mean, you're already cheating on her, so what else? What is the truth really doing at that point? This isn't like you committed a crime and then somebody else is in jail because of what you did. Nah, nigga, this is just an emotional burden that you want to share. I just get it off my chest.
So Nigeria, that's how y'all get down, huh?
Dude's got like 9 wives.
Yeah. So I think the culture of relationships and cheating, right? For me personally, if you don't have anything invested, cheating shouldn't affect you.
True.
That's me. Okay. So a lot of times, what I mean by that is for young people. Like some of y'all get caught up in something that you don't really have no investment in other than your time, but then you have to really look at how you would spend your time. You know what I'm saying? Like I've once I got older, because I've been cheated on. So I think back to like high school and stuff. I was like, but I didn't really have nothing invested other than phone calls, text messages. You know what I'm saying?
What kind of relationship is, and and how that might affect you. The quote unquote cheating. If it's like a non-serious relationship, it's like, hey, yeah, we're. I don't know. It's like cheating can only be considered. Maybe we need to get some parameters on what is considered cheating. Because if you're in a relationship with no ring on it, are you really in a relationship? Because you're technically not bound to each other until you take those vows.
For me, it's you enter a verbal agreement, right? Verbal between the two.
True.
Then, with that, it depends on the roles you play in each other's life, right?
Okay.
Long distance relationship, right? 2 people. Hey, we're gonna be boyfriend and girlfriend. Girl caught cheating, or either guy caught. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
To the person who got quote unquote cheated on, I would be like, don't even consider that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Why would you even want that status of a relationship?
Right. Like you're not even involved.
Yeah.
With each other
That's a bridge. It's too far to be built.
So it's just certain things for me now. Let's say there's no ring, but you got 3-4 years invested, living together. You know what I'm saying? Names on each other, on different things together, stuff like that.
Okay.
That what starts bringing that to a real relationship.
Okay.
Because to me, what it is you're just building something with another person, right? So even in marriage, I look at marriage as like 2 companies merging. Okay. Your Social Security, your wife's Social Security, y'all come together, you merge. This is why I'm actually against state marriage now. Because once you do that, you allow third party, which is government, to allocate where assets go and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to get married, just get married. You know what I'm saying? That's how I see it. So now you have two companies merge, and this merge, y'all gonna build something together. So now you have assets together, whether it be physical, whether it be children. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be these different things, you have assets together. So to what's the word? To like insider trade and like and cause damage to like your other half of your merger is bad. I'm trying to put this in a way to make this understandable. So that would be considered bad.
Yeah.
So that's what I view cheating as. Like you gotta have stuff at stake and built together for there to be cheating. When you're a boy living with your parents and you're a girl living with your parents and y'all see each other at school and sometimes outside of school,
that's not a relationship.
All you really got invested is time. And young people, y'all waste y'all time because we were young and we wasted our time, so we know.
True.
Y'all waste y'all time quite a bit.
Yeah.
So it's not that big of a deal. If I was going to ask, so now we'll move back to what's worse. What would you think your answer would be?
For men, they would look at women as physical cheating worse, and then women would probably look at men as emotional cheating. It's hard to say which one is worse because the sex is going to look at the other person. I mean, some girls get riled up if you like a picture, but why are those girls riled up? You didn't mess with her, but she considers that cheating because some girl looks better than her. She might be feeling insecure, whatever the case may be, to the point to where she's like, "Hey, I don't like that." You're starting to step out because you like another woman. You know, and then men, most men realize that in order for a woman to have a point to where she is going to physically cheat, she's already built that emotional bond, aka work boyfriends, work husbands, and women don't necessarily, I'm not going to put them all in the same category, but women don't necessarily start smashing random guys unless they build an emotional connection with them. You know what I'm saying? You know how they, if you heard that meme, for a female, shoulder to cry on is to ride on later. And that's essentially what it is. So I honestly, I would think that let's just put it all together. I think it's an emotional cheating is worse because the emotional is always going to lead to the physical. Because you build the bond. Dude, like, hey man, I'm tired of her. She's, yelling at me. She's doing this. I can't satisfy her. She's always upset. Yada yada yada. Man, I'm emotionally drained from this relationship. I need a pick me up. I need a re-up. I need somebody who's going to give me that. Oh man, you're a hard working man. You do your job. Oh, she don't appreciate you. Yada yada yada.
If we were to say that the roles of man and woman are becoming more centered, right? So there's a lot of men who would say there's a lot more emotional men, right? We also have women who act a lot more like men. Me, I go back to the whole brain thing. That's my thing, right?
Okay.
That's why you're finding more and more women who are smashing more and more dudes with no actual emotional connection.
Because they're acting masculine?
Because they're acting masculine. They're leaving feelings out of it. You're just a D. You know what I'm saying? And
scratch that itch.
And you're going to scratch my itch when I need it. But I can still do what I want, be how I want, so forth and so on. That's if you quote unquote want to say this is one of the things that the manosphere is talking about. That's a prevalent thing to them. Is women acting like that, and that's saying you shouldn't act like that. You should act like a more traditional woman. You know what I'm saying? Men are becoming more emotional, so there could be more emotional cheating with the younger generation of men than actual physical, because that's not being fed. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
For me, again, I always try to keep things basic. They're equal. They're very equal. They only change depending on certain actions, right? Let's say you have a girl who's emotionally cheating on you. She's not physically cheating. She's emotionally cheating. Let's say this dude's like 1,500 miles away.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? Put space in between it. But she's emotionally cheating because he feels some type of need in her. If she pay her own phone bill, her own internet, and all that other type of stuff, like, the emotional cheating stays. It doesn't really rise. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. If you're paying for all that, she's cheating on your dime.
Yeah, that's a good point.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
With physical, the moment you incorporate raw dogging in it, it goes up.
Oh, yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because of all the different parameters of what raw means. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Kids, diseases. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. DNA transfer. That's one of the biggest things with men is when they have a woman, that's their garden to plant their seed. The moment you start having another man plant, you know what I'm saying? Like, now you're gonna have this. Is this kid really mine? Mm-hmm. So these things, to me, they're equal, but then certain actions make them rise.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's how I feel about that. I just saw this on Reddit and wanted to talk about it a little bit. And there was a lot of people were just like, oh, physical. But I kind of feel like there's a lot of people with no real experience in some things mm-hmm. who have opinion on some things. Mm-hmm. I've known many dudes who've had moments of weaknesses because of what was going on with a relationship mm-hmm. at home, who have stepped out, did it, mended that relationship with what's at home, and have a great life.
True.
Great life.
True. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
And then some women, they can't handle it.
They can't.
Then, you know, like I said, I'm going to refer back to that Nigerian dude. He was like, hey, keep that shit quiet. Keep that quiet, man.
Man, so it's like, but some people do have guilty consciences, though.
Yeah,
you know
I just can't.
I just can't handle it. I gotta tell someone.
I feel so much better.
Yeah.
Now she over there destroyed.
I offloaded this.
Good job.
Take this half.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's man, it's one of them things where you it's gonna be based on who you are, how you're able to handle. Some women can never forgive cheating. They can never forgive cheating, and I understand simply because when there's cheating, there's also lying, which it builds this base of what else steps. Was you lying about? You know what I'm saying?
There goes the trust and all this other stuff,
and all that goes out the window. At the same time, you have some women that have emotionally cheated with people because their husband was working a whole lot, and then the moment he back on them 40 hours, they just like don't need to talk to Disney no. You know what I'm saying? Like, nope. Hubby's home. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I've always had that mindset. Well, not always. Excuse me. That's a lie. Within the last few years, I had the mindset of, you know what? If somebody's going to do something, like if I'm talking to a woman or whatever the case may be, they're going to do what they want.
They're going to do what they want to do.
You can't control them. You can't stop them. The only thing you can do is possibly see the signs and get yourself emotionally prepared, and then keep it pushing, because it's like, hey, you can't stop a woman. And women, you can't stop a man. If a man wants to cheat, he's going to cheat.
He's going to do it.
If a woman wants to cheat, she's going to cheat. They will make a way to have that.
And I still may cut you off, but I just feel like it all comes down to the fact that we have a communication problem with each other. Yeah. Like a real communication problem.
Oh yeah, I suck at communication. I can rely on that.
But to me, it always stems back to the fact that our parents never taught us how you were supposed to be. Hey, I'm going to teach you how to be a man. I'm never going to teach you how to be a husband. I'm going to teach you how to be a woman. I'll never teach you how to be a wife. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's why when you look at other cultures, like Japan used to have a culture where they had schools where they would send women and like, this is how you're supposed to be as a wife. You get what I'm saying? We don't have that. So then it lies on the parent, and the parent is in the midst of figuring out how to be a wife or how to navigate a relationship, and they ain't taking the time to send that knowledge down to you.
Oh no. No, they just try to get you prepared for the world, but not everything.
Not everything.
Not companionship.
Not companionship.
Yeah. Hey, you prepare for the world. You can work. You'll be a good person. Yada yada yada. But companionship, you just have to figure that out.
Yeah, yeah. Remember that puppy I bought you? Something like that. No, like me personally, I'm going to prepare my boys for it, and I feel like that's my job as a father, also as a husband, because I'm potentially sending future husbands into the world. I don't want them to be bad at it.
Right.
But not everyone shares my same thought process. You know what I'm saying? So some of y'all just booting your kids out with minimal of what you can give them, and then they got to figure it all out themselves.
Oh no, not at all. I don't believe that you're 18, you should be out the house. No, we'll get you prepared for the world and gracefully let you leave whenever it's time.
Well, it's not even just the age. You can look at the fact that some parents think, oh, well, you know, you have a full-time job now. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're ready to, you know, go out there and experience. When really, there's so much that still needs to be done.
Mm-hmm. And
your kid could be one of them ones that cause one of these. Your daughters could be one of these ones that make an incel. You know what I'm saying? Your son could be one of these hurt feminist girls, all because you all didn't impart that companionship knowledge that they actually need.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No, man. I think it happens. Honestly, everybody who's watching this, everybody's been cheated on. You know what I'm saying? And once you get to a certain age, you have more of that mindset of, you know what, you can only do what's best for you. And don't try to control others, because you realize that you will never be able to control somebody who's, you know, completely, not, I wouldn't say completely different, but an entire human being. You can't control human beings like that, especially if you're in a romantic, serious relationship with them. So you just gotta, you know, check your signs, get yourself emotionally prepared, and if you're the one who's cheating, you know, figure out why you're cheating. If you're cheating, then just get out the relationship and be single.
Yeah,
be single. It's all right.
There's a lack of something,
but that's codependency. Codependency is something that doesn't get talked about a lot.
That's true too. That's very true.
I don't want to be alone, but I am going to cheat on you like crazy.
Right. Yeah, and that's facts. That's very facts. That don't get talked about. Maybe we'll do a video on it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's something that's like, I don't have anything else, guys. All I can say is, if you're thinking about cheating, or if you are emotionally cheating right now, you need to figure out what you lack, and you need to reel that in, because most of the time it's something you lack within yourself. So then the person that you're getting it from, you're not getting it from them no more, whether it be work schedules, you know what I'm saying, whatever, and then you start seeking it in someone else, which means there's actually a problem within you, because like he said, that's codependency. So
yeah,
that's all I got. I'm Nixon.
I'm Sir Cash.
We out.
Peace.